Good evening. This is All India Radio and I'm Gunmala Kapoor with the news at 9. The headlines. Home Minister Amit Shah says no one can scrap Article 371, reaffirms government's commitment to protect unique culture of the Northeast. Government says US President Donald Trump's visit to India will strengthen global strategic ties. India to send aircraft with medical supplies to Chinese city of Wuhan affected by novel coronavirus COVID-19. Army has been championing gender equality and Supreme Court's judgment will give a lot of clarity in moving forward, says Army Chief General M.M. Naravane. In sports, India win 3 gold and 1 silver at the Asian Wrestling Championship in New Delhi. And first cricket test between India and New Zealand to begin at Wellington tomorrow. Union Home Minister Amit Shah has said that no one can scrap Article 371 and that the government does not intend to do so. Speaking at the 34th Statehood Day celebrations in Itanagar in Arunachal Pradesh today, Mr. Shah said that in August 2019, when Article 370 was scrapped, there was a rumour that 371 will also be removed.
मैं आज अरुणाचल और मिजोरम के स्थापना दिन के दिन समग्र नॉर्थ ईस्ट को कहना चाहता हूं कि धारा 371 को कोई हटा नहीं सकता, न हटाने का किसी की मंशा है। इस प्रकार की अफवाहें फैलाकर भारत और नॉर्थ ईस्ट के बीच में अंतर पैदा करने का जो काम करते हैं, इस सभी को मैं कहना चाहता हूं कि आपके प्रयास अब कभी भी सफल नहीं होंगे।
Mr. Shah said Prime Minister Narendra Modi wishes to make the entire Northeast a problem-free region. The minister said that Mr. Modi is the only Prime Minister who has visited the Northeastern region 30 times in the last 5 years. He said Arunachal Pradesh will play its role in fulfilling the dream of crossing the $5 trillion economy. On the occasion, the Home Minister laid the foundation stone for various developmental projects in the state. India has said that China's objection to Home Minister Amit Shah's visit to Arunachal Pradesh does not stand to reason. Briefing media in New Delhi this afternoon, External Affairs Ministry spokesman Ravish Kumar said New Delhi's consistent position has been that the state is an integral and inalienable part of the country. The spokesman said India is eagerly waiting President Donald Trump's visit. He said the visit will strengthen global strategic ties. Mr. Kumar said all issues, including defence, security and trade, are expected to come up during the restricted and delegation-level talks between Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the US President to be held on Tuesday. Replying to a question on the Indo-US trade deal, Mr. Kumar said,
On trade deal, we do hope to reach an understanding with an outcome that strikes the right balance for both sides. And these are complex negotiations. We would not like to rush into a deal as the issues involved are complicated and there are many decisions which actually could affect or impact lives of millions of people on the ground and some also with long-term economic consequences. So we don't want to create any artificial deadline. Discussions are happening.
He also said that issues relating to H-1B visas are likely to figure in the talks between the two leaders.
Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my friend, a friend of India, a great American president, Mr. Donald Trump.
One of America's greatest, most devoted, and most loyal friends, Prime Minister Modi of India. Thank you.
President Trump's visit is being seen as a reinforcement of ties between the world's oldest democracy, America, and the world's largest democracy, India. More from our correspondent.
Hoardings welcoming US President Trump on his first official visit to India have been put up across Ahmedabad. The billboards carry pictures from previous meetings between President Trump and Prime Minister Narendra Modi, which exhibit the close personal ties between the two leaders. Security personnel have been deployed across the 22-kilometer route of the roadshow and at the Sardar Patel Stadium, which will host the Namaste Trump event on Monday. Shantanu Pratap Singh, AIR News, Ahmedabad.
Referring to COVID-19, MEA spokesperson Ravish Kumar said the government has decided to send an aircraft with medical supplies to China's Wuhan. He said this is a small way to express India's support to China as it continues to fight the epidemic. He added that on its return journey, the aircraft will bring back Indian nationals who could not board the first two flights. The spokesman said, as per latest information, 8 Indian nationals have been infected with the virus on board the cruise ship Diamond Princess, which was quarantined off the coast of Japan. In Japan, about 500 passengers began disembarking the vessel Diamond Princess today, while another 100 people were to leave for chartered flights home. A health ministry official said that an initial batch of passengers who had tested negative and shown no symptoms left the vessel yesterday following a 14-day quarantine period. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman held a meeting today to assess the impact of the COVID-19 outbreak on Indian trade and India's preparedness to tackle this. The meeting, which took place in the national capital, was attended by secretaries and senior officials of concerned ministries. 2 days ago, the minister held a meeting with industry and other bodies on the issue. Chief of Army Staff General Manoj Naravane today said that the force has been championing gender equality. General Naravane said the Supreme Court order granting permanent commission to women officers will give it a lot of clarity in moving forward. Talking to reporters in New Delhi, he said the Indian Army does not discriminate between soldiers based on religion, caste, creed, or even gender. He added that the outlook of the Indian Army has always been like this. He said the Army had started inducting women officers as early as in 1993. The Army Chief said the Indian Army has taken the initiative to induct women in the rank and file, and the first batch of 100 women soldiers is undergoing training at the Corps of Military Police Centre and School. Members of the Ram Mandir Trust today called on Prime Minister Narendra Modi in New Delhi. The meeting came a day after the Sri Ram Janmabhoomi Tirth Kshetra Trust was set up to oversee the construction of a Ram temple in Ayodhya. The Supreme Court appointed interlocutors today again met Shaheen Bagh protesters in the national capital. The interlocutors, Advocate Sanjay Hegde and Sadhana Ramachandran, visited the site where people have been on a sit-in since the last 2 months against the Citizenship Amendment Act, the CAA. Advocate Sadhana Ramachandran told media that mediation talks are continuing and that they will come back again tomorrow to meet the protesters. This is All India Radio giving you the news. For quick news updates, visit our News on AIR app and follow us on Twitter at AIR News Alerts. You can also visit our website www.newsonair.com. And now moving on to our series Har Kaam Desh Ke Naam. In this series, we take a look at the programs and policies of the government aimed at reaching out to the last mile of development and welfare of all. The 4th anniversary of launch of the Shama Prasad Mukherjee Rural Mission SPMRM will be observed tomorrow. On the 21st February 2016, Prime Minister Narendra Modi had launched the mission with a vision to deliver catalytic interventions to rural areas on the threshold of growth. We have a report from our Bengaluru correspondent on implementation of the Rural Mission in Bellary in Karnataka.
Shama Prasad Mukherjee Urban Mission is essentially aimed at developing rural areas by provisioning economic, social and physical infrastructure facilities. Bellary in North Karnataka is a beneficiary of this mission. Thanapur and Kadaldi Gram Panchayats were chosen in the first phase that benefited 20,000 people in 10 villages. The Deputy Commissioner of Bellary District, S.S. Nakul, says youngsters in these villages are skilled with computer, electrical, tailoring, driving of heavy vehicles and motor repair works. The infrastructures like schools, hospitals, street lights, roads and drainage systems are also being provided here. Sudhindra, AIR News, Bengaluru.
The security forces have launched Operation Prahar against Maoists in the state of Chhattisgarh. A report.
The operation is mainly focused in the core areas of Dantewada, Sukma, Bijapur and Narayanpur districts of Bastar division. According to the DGP DM Avasthi, Chhattisgarh Police, in collaboration with paramilitary forces, is carrying out this operation from the bordering areas of Telangana to the borders of Maharashtra simultaneously. Till today, 2 Maoists have been gunned down and at least half a dozen injured during the encounters took place under Operation Prahar. Vikalp Shukla, AIR News, Raipur.
The Kashi Mahakal Express, the third private train of IRCTC, has started from today. The train service links the 3 Jyotirlinga temples, Omkareshwar near Indore, Mahakaleshwar temple in Ujjain and Kashi Vishwanath in Varanasi. The new Kashi Mahakal train, which started from Varanasi this afternoon, will reach Indore tomorrow morning on the day of Mahashivaratri. This is also the first overnight journey train run by our IRCTC. Moving on to our series on nationwide campaign on Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. Nagaland and Madhya Pradesh have been paired in the Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat exchange program. Let's hear a report from our correspondent.
With rich, diverse culture and tradition to shared open, the state of Nagaland and Madhya Pradesh have been engaged in programs through cultural exchange, showcasing indigenous cuisine, exhibition of handloom and crafts, students and teachers exchange program. 5 professors were selected last year to represent the Department of Higher Education, Nagaland, as part of academic exchange with its sister department in Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh under Ek Bharat, Shresth Bharat. Mr. Megoshile Khate, Assistant Professor of State College of Teachers Education, shared his experiences on his visit to Madhya Pradesh.
We were taken to some of the premier institute of education in the state and was given opportunity to share stories about Nagaland like our culture, tradition, social system and biodiversity. The students and faculty of those institutes also promptly interacted with the team. They were eager to know how Nagaland have dealt with some common social issues that their state is facing. The host took us to many places of historical significance like Stupa at the Sanchi, Tropic of Cancer, Line and other significant places in the city. It was a great learning experience to hear the narration of Madhya Pradesh from the local themselves.
For AIR News, this is Asunyo from Kohima.
And now moving on to sports. 3 Indian women wrestlers, Divya Kakran, Pinky and Sarita Moore, have secured gold medals, winning their finals at the Asian Championships in New Delhi today. Pinky edged out Mongolia's Dulgun 2-1 in the women's 55 kg summit clash to become the 3rd Indian woman to win gold in the history of the tournament. Later, Sarita Moore eked out a 3-2 win over Batsetseng Atlansetseng of Mongolia in the women's 59 kg category to clinch another gold. Earlier, Divya Kakran became the 2nd Indian woman to win a gold at the Asian Wrestling Championships. The first cricket test match between India and New Zealand will begin at Wellington tomorrow. The match will start at 4 a.m. Indian time. The last time New Zealand lost a series at home was back in March 2017. The open Basin Reserve ground has always been challenging for both batsmen and bowlers due to crosswinds. In the ICC Women's T20 Cricket World Cup tournament, the Indian team will take on defending champions Australia in the opening match at Sydney tomorrow. The match will start at 1:30 p.m. Indian Standard Time. In the recently held Tri-Series in Australia, India had reached the final. Indian Eves won and lost a game against the more accomplished England and Australia before losing to the mighty hosts, who have won the T20 World Cup a record 4 times out of the 6 editions held so far. And now, before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Home Minister Amit Shah says no one can scrap Article 371, reaffirms government's commitment to protect the unique culture of the Northeast. Government says U.S. President Donald Trump's visit to India will strengthen global strategic ties. India to send aircraft with medical supplies to Chinese city of Wuhan affected by novel coronavirus COVID-19. Army has been championing gender equality and Supreme Court's judgment will give a lot of clarity in moving forward, says Army Chief General M.M. Naravane. In sports, India win 3 gold and 1 silver at the Asian Wrestling Championship in New Delhi. And first cricket test between India and New Zealand to begin at Wellington tomorrow. And that is all in the news at 9. Good night.